It kind of leapfrogs you to the next group of cars.
He's a 5-time winner on road courses, so Martin Truex Jr. definitely established.
I sat down with James Small. Remember, this team won the regular season championships. I sat down with him at the end of the regular season. We talked a lot about the highs and lows, winless a year ago, missing the playoffs. He said it was really tough for the team. This is a team that's used to win. He wears lucky socks, if you could believe it. So he told me he had a brand new pair of lucky socks for the regular season. When I asked him last week, I said, man, how are the lucky socks? He goes, I threw that pair out too. They're not lucky anymore. I got a brand new pair. We're going to see if it's luckier this week at the Roval.
Well, how do you buy a brand new pair of lucky socks? I mean, do they say on them lucky socks?
No, He's a Ted Lasso fan. These had goldfish.
Okay.
You wear them, make something good happen, man. You don't just buy lucky socks. They got to prove it.
Maybe he's trying to make them lucky.
Until the checkered flag. Green flag is out now. Allgaier charging on the outside as they go into turn one.
Oh, the 27's missing the corner.
And they slam into the wall. It's happened before. We see it again. Allgaier into the wall and the caution comes out.
Yeah, Jeb got down in the braking zone and just never made the corner, lost the back end of the car.
If I'm in this situation here. We're done, boys. We're done.
Every Xfinity race, there's been an incident in turn one.
So this 27 has a bad restart, just on the old tires, spinning rear tires. He sails it down into turn one. He's gone right here. Before he ever gets to the apex of the corner, the back of the car steps out. He has to correct it, just try to save the car, and that's going to take him right into the door of the 7 of Allgaier. Man, hard impact.
The drag race off of pit road, looking at 3 wide with William Byron there, but Logano uses that #1 pit stall to his advantage, gains a couple of spots, and there's a fire, Rick, on pit road.
Yeah, gas can has come out onto pit road, and we're seeing the fire there. It got drug out into the middle of pit road, and a big fire as some of the crews are making their way out there to put that out. So this pit road stop has a few cars that come out, one of them being the 54 of Ty Dillon, bringing the gas can along.
Right here is the Kinks, the 7 car, following his teammate through there, and Noah's backwards. He's going to make some contact with the wall. Really lucky that wasn't worse.
That corner is where we saw a ton of action last year in practice. It looks like it's a super high speed area, but it is easy for the car to step around on you. And the big concern for Noah and his team right here, Steve, is, you know, there's only a few minutes left in practice. Then we go straight to qualifying. Can they get this car?
I've caught up with Robert Patrick. There's the bear from The Revenant. He's really getting on my nerves. Take care of this for me, Robert.
No problem.
Back off, bear. I don't like you. Give me an Oscar. Give me an Oscar. Good to see you. I like your outfit. This is being brought to you by Aaron's.
I don't know what we're praying for more, for you to have more breath or for us to have a good run.
I hope you have a good run. Hey, Chris, me and the bear. Me and the bear will see you later.
Fireworks involved. When they go up, you would expect them to burn out before they come back down. Except in that instance right there, Austin Dillon. It landed right behind him.
And here's a replay of what happened. The fireworks from the pre-race literally landed on his backside right on the car, and it burnt the back of Austin.
No driver has started more for Kyle Busch Motorsports without a win. So Gilliland would like to change that today. The restart, overtime at Martin. Getting into victory lane. 2 different things here at Martinsville. Todd Gilliland celebrates. And we got to go to college football. Congratulations to Gilliland and KBM, winners at Martinsville.
Last year, about as caution has come out, and it's the 44 of Natalie Decker and the 3 truck of Jordan Anderson. Well, we talked last year about Sheldon Creed had speed, and I don't know how many times you mentioned it last year. You'd rather have to slow a guy down than get him to speed up, and they really seem like they're starting to hit their stride, that 2 team.
See what happened. She gets a little bit of a bump, and then Jordan doesn't have anywhere to go, gets on the brakes. Smart. He gets off the brakes, kick those front tires from.
Never to the bottom.
Oh, he's going to spin the car out.
He is.
That's big. Tyler Reddick 8th on the first lap.
So a 20:28 for Tyler Reddick on lap 1, and the spin on his second lap will end his qualifying run. The 24 of Byron was on the track, getting warmed up to come to the green. This is what happened, though, to Reddick.
Yeah, he got just up the racetrack, pushing the entry speed really hard, and almost feel like we got right here, and he knew he was in trouble. The safest thing to do is just to go ahead and spin the thing out. You try to correct it, you get up the racetrack and hit the wall. It's over, you know, damage the car. It just got loose and then just overcorrected it. You know,
nowhere to go. Look, the track's blocked. He stops, and then trucks started passing each other. I don't know. See, the track's blocked, and that's Norm Benny. He's the last truck on the lead lap. And then here's Creed in the 2. Nowhere to go. So he stops. But Kurt, the caution's out. The red's not out. Do those other trucks get to pass Sheldon Creed?
I mean, this is somewhat of a debacle, like a train derailment, and I'm not sure which one you step. But there's Crafton. He just decided to move up ahead and go, you know what? Well, I'm rolling. I'm going to go find the pace truck.
I can't believe all the racing that you guys have seen and done.
Make mistakes. Oh, trouble ahead.
There it is. Just talking about Tanner Gray. Todd Gilliland looks like he's got an issue as well. And heavy damage to the 15.
You know, it's interesting, Vince. We were zeroed in on the 15, and we talked about we saw something go wrong, and the first reaction that we have is there's trouble ahead. Something precipitated what happened to Gray, and it looks like it might have been Gilliland's engine.
So Tanner Gray running inside the top 10, as was Gilliland. Gilliland was up in the 6th spot, and Gray was in 9th.
Things happen and change so quick at Talladega, and a lot of times it's just not even your fault. That's looking like an engine.
Heartbreaker for Todd Gilliland.
And it was, I've never seen anybody play the accordion, Vince, but as Kurt pointed out, again, it's the accordion effect.
And it's going to be about 4 or 5 trucks behind where the trouble started. And there's Gray. He gets spit out. Man, hard hit. Here's right along with Gray. Look at the Gray's what he's trying to look at. And was that a small hit from Austin Hill? Just a small little itty-bitty hit as they were coming onto the straightaway. That's where vehicles are their loosest or their most vulnerable, is right on corner exit. Right.
See why. It's a big one. Rafael Lassard is involved in that, and there's playoff driver Tyler Ankrum.
Man, that's a tough break. Hard hit. It's got the fuel line knocked off. That's where that fire's coming from.
And remember, Ankrum was involved in the accident last time here. The 24 of David Gravel was.
That's a shame.
Heavily damaged.
That was the 75 truck of Parker Kligerman also receiving some damage. We just talked about all the positions he gained early in this race, and now he's going to have to figure out if they can make repairs to that 75 truck.
Accident on the Saturday race.
See, the 45 of Trevor Bain lost a little momentum there. I don't know where this all started, but you can see to the bottom goes Crafton. Oh, Moffitt gets clipped, and they all wreck behind him. Anytime you lose momentum, Kurt, you can't really see what's going on ahead. It's going to cause issues.
And that is that whole convection of trucks. That was Bain and Crafton on the outside, and then Lassard on the inside. When you're the inside truck that close to somebody, it's going to snap around most likely on you. And that's where Lassard had trouble hanging on the low groove through 3 and 4. Here you got just too many trucks in one spot, and then back here, these guys are all checking up, trying to figure out which way to go.
That's another wreck.
That is going to jumble up everybody up front. Good save.
Oh,
no.
Big accident deeper in the field.
The accordion effect wiped out huge. There's Zane Smith. Oh,
Joe
man.
Nemechek.
Playoff drivers involved in that one.
Dawson Cram in that 41.
Man, that's a mess.
Heavy damage. The 30 of Danny Bone involved. There's the 41 of Cram, as Michael mentioned.
Now you're crazy to say, but this started it. The block that Sheldon Creed throws right there, it backed the field up.
Creed saved it, but as you said, Mike, it backed others up, and that's what led to the accident.
Watch this move.
It's just too late to get back to the bottom, and it's not like Austin Hill can check up that quick. And then the accordion effect happens, and it's about the 5th or 6th truck back on the inside lane where it bottles up. And those guys are all along for the ride. Nothing that Zane Smith can do. The 17 truck was trying to go around the outside. It's just, when you're now blocking, the wrecks are starting up further and further and further to the front. And the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and the trucks, and then it's those guys towards the back that end up with the big change of speed.
Unfortunate for that 24, Chase Purdy.
Look at that job that the 15 of Tanner Gray does.
Yeah, Gray got through there.
That was awesome. He just picked his way right through that mess.
It was definitely spotter on that one.
It was amazing. You heard that.
Is out. A chain reaction accident down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch, Clint Boyer, Brian Vickers, the drivers involved. Almirola clearly getting the worst of the damage.
Just people trying to go as fast as they possibly could. You see they're basically 3 wide there. I don't think Brian Vickers had any idea that the 42 was up on the outside of him. You can see Boyer running the back of Kyle Busch. He tried to slow down. He slams into the 43, back into the 15. My goodness.
Behind Michael Annette. Looks like Vickers just cut Larson off a little bit, and that just started the whole thing.
So 2 separate incidents that combined. 55-43 have contact in the jam up.
Typically to get that momentum in that run.
He went to Homestead saying it's the big 3 and me became the champion. Joey Logano gets his first dual win.
Mighty fine job there, young man.
Yeah.
I love it. A year ago, this guy led on the lap.
Here, this could be a race when it moves.
Logano around Larson. Dillon's right there as well.
Hamlin's going to shove Larson
Across the overtime line. Caution comes out now, and that would end it. Back to the white flag.
Hamlin through the middle. He has Logano in his sights.
Hamlin to second. Logano leads at the white flag. 22 team has it all year. 18 team unbeaten when it comes to mile and a half. Denny Hamlin outside looking for the lead off of turn 2. Give it to him.
Here comes Kyle Larson with a big run up on Hamlin.
Was there contact with Larson Logano? It was close.
Hamlin, you better block.
Oh! To the inside.
Boy, he tries.
Momentum is gone. Larson in the wall. Denny Hamlin going to drive away. Checkered flag. Hamlin wins it at Charlotte.
What a race. What a finish.
That fret in the voice of Crafton.
Oh, this ain't going to end up good. Oh.
Big. He just picked his way right through that mess.
It was definitely spotter on that one.
It was amazing. You heard that fret in the voice of Crafton.
Oh, this ain't going to end up good. Oh.
Big hit. Gus Dean driving for Timmy Hill and the Hill brothers this weekend.
Been running up toward the top 10, Vince, and just truck's got a little bit out of shape, and Gus, he was just simply a victim of circumstance.
Man, those are tough hits. Around on the bottom, and it looked like he just overreacted, and then the 15, Gray wanted to get back to the bottom. That was 2 guys trying to like walk down the hallway at each other, and they both chose the same position at the same time.
Gus Dean was running 10th at the time, and here's the